Around Kansas, brought to you by
Tarwater Farm and Home. Come on by, we'll treat you like family.
Welcome to Kansas.
Good morning. Welcome to Around Kansas. I'm Deb Beisel. You know, the flags were flying at half-mast in North Carolina recently, mourning the death of Coach Dean Smith, the longtime coach of North Carolina, University of North Carolina basketball. Dean is a Kansan. He was born in Emporia, grew up in Topeka, where he played high school basketball at Topeka High, and of course went on to KU to play basketball there. Just a remarkable career, and his growing up in Kansas can be seen in so many ways other than basketball. You know, he was coached by Phog Allen, of course one of the most legendary coaches in basketball. We talked about him recently, basically created coaching basketball. So the fact that Dean Smith studied with him is truly remarkable. Dean was an incredible humanitarian, campaigned for human rights. I had the pleasure of meeting him a few years ago when he came back to Topeka High, and we had a big panel discussion on segregation there at Topeka High School. And while most of the school activities were integrated and the school itself was integrated, the men's basketball was not. And Dean coached the white team. His good friend Jack Alexander coached the black team, and it was just a really interesting discussion that night on what that had been like. So Dean campaigned long and hard for integration of sports and integration in all areas. In fact, he recruited first black basketball player to the University of North Carolina. While Dean was at Carolina, in 36 seasons, he racked up 879 wins, which at that time held the record for the most wins. He took 2 NCAA championship titles, and of course he famously coached Roy Williams, who was the long-standing coach at KU before he went back to his home state of North Carolina. In remembering Dean Smith, let's lay claim to that great life and legacy that he left. And I think it's important for all of us to realize that those great things that he became had their roots in Kansas. And as I love to spread the gospel about how great Kansas is, it's just so important for us to remember, you know, when our kids are looking at the TV and they're seeing all this praise heaped on people from all over the world, so many of them have their roots right here. And Dean Smith is such a great example of that. A life well lived, a great competitor, but a really wonderful individual. We'll be right back.
This hog is Hanover hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.